So, welcome people to the World Wide Web. It's another in-depth collection video. So, anybody who hasn't seen this collection, basically I'm going through two shelves more or less at a time of my collection. My collection is listed alphabetical but numerical at first, so it goes for numbers and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way up to Z. I do have anime behind me, which is separate, and I do have a animated movies section separate as well, so there will be videos on that over time. But yeah, let's get into it. So here we go for the next in-depth collection volume. Obviously we finished off from Battlestar Galactica, so I was wrong. It's series 4 is the final series, and then you have The Plan, and then Razor after that. I don't have the follow-up series to that. Obviously then we have Baywatch, which is sealed, so Zac Efron and The Rock. 2 for 10 or 5 for 20. That was the offers I always used to get from HMV and stuff. Fortunately, I never do that anymore, so it's not really worth it. Beastly, not too bad film, kind of Beauty and the Beast-esque in a new one. Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Obviously, I got it at a car boot for $5 sealed. Can't really go wrong there. As you see, from having too many now, I have to stack them really funny, so it's going to take a little while for me to pull them out. Beautiful Creatures, I believe, based on a set of books. It was alright. It wasn't nothing to write home about. Bedazzled, I quite like this one. Obviously, Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley. Oh, sorry for the glare there. Next one up, obviously, Adam Sandler. Big fan of Adam Sandler's Bedtime Story. I thought this was really good. A little bit of change of pace of stuff. The B Movie. Not the biggest fan of Jerry Seinfeld, but it was all right. Beer Pong. I think I bought this off my friend's cousin. I don't think I've ever watched it. Has a few famous people-ish in there for the American Pie type films. And then on top we have Beethoven and Beethoven's Second and Beethoven's Third. This is a box set I bought. Unfortunately, I don't really get a chance to watch much of this. Obviously, I have my little dog there. Whenever he sees a dog on TV, he likes to bark. So, then we have Beetlejuice. Obviously, Michael Keaton. Yeah, fairly good film, classic. I never really watched it back in the day. This is a big one. Me and my wife are big fans of Sesame Street and stuff, and this is a really good film. Being Elmo now, there's a lot of controversy about Kevin Clash, but just learning of how he got into animation and all the stuff that goes into it is actually really good. The actor's history aside, Beginnings, a bit of a weird Ewan McGregor film. So I think I got this cheap from Blockbuster when it was out, which shows you how long ago that was. Being John Malkovich, obviously a big fan of John Cusack, so this is more a reason why I got it. Again, another bit of a weird film. Be Kind, Rewind. I didn't actually mind this. Obviously, this is I think I watched this after 21 Blocks, and most stuff was a little bit annoying. But yeah, this wasn't too bad. Obviously, goes back in time a little bit with video rental. Then the kid side of me here, we have the first live action Ben 10 film, Race Against Time, and then the second one, Alien Swarm. Both they're okay for kind of TV movie-ish on the cartoon. Ben 10. Bended Like Beckham, obviously still got a sticker on board. It's at a £2.50. That was obviously a lot I spent back in the day. Haven't watched it the first time it came out, but haven't rewatched it since I've got then. Then we go on to the next one, obviously, so we have Ben-Hur, bought for £2.50, never watched it. Played the game, that's kind of what the incentive was. Benny and June, a really good, really good film. Obviously Johnny Depp, very early Johnny Depp, but yeah, it's a very interesting story, and that I definitely recommend this. This is me trying to get everything out without knocking down. Then we have Beowulf there. Let's see if I can then pop the others back in or not. this is what happens when you have 4,000 DVDs, people, and you have to pile them up. So let me just do this. Here we go. Right. So next one is Best Laid Plans with Reese Witherspoon. I don't think I've seen this one, so I can't unfortunately tell you much about that. Better Off Dead, obviously John Cusack again from his younger years. It was an alright film. Not his best, but obviously it was early into his life. So then we have the Beverly Hills Cop trilogy that I watched recently. Really loved that. We've got some good films, obviously. Then we have Bicentennial Man, Loveless from Robin Williams. A very long film, but very, very heartfelt. Then the classic Big from Tom Hanks. Some more Adam Sandler, Big Daddy again. Another good one. Then here's one I watched this at the cinema. I watched this when it came out. I actually quite liked this film, Big Game. It's a very interesting, something a little bit different. Samuel L. Jackson as the American president. And then One for the Wife, Big Little Lies. I bought this series. I think she started to watch it. Thought it was alright. So then we have Big Mama's House. I only have the first one. I think that was enough for me. It's kind of at the time, I think, of The Nutty Professor and stuff. The Big Nothing. This was a very weird film. I do like Simon Pegg and David Schwimmer, so that's why I bought it. But yeah, it didn't quite live up to what I was expecting. Then we have Big Stan from Rob Schneider, as he's kind of a bully. That was quite an interesting one. The classic Big Trouble in Little China. A fun fact there, Kurt Russell's character was the basis of Casey Jones from the Turtles. If you didn't know that one. Then Biker Boys, it was kind of, I think, the late 90s, early 2000s, that kind of all about the bike films. I think Talk was released around this time as well. So I was slowly becoming a profession in relation to cars and bikes and stuff. So I took an interest in that. Then we obviously have Bill and Ted and their Excellent Adventure, a classic. And then obviously The Bogus Journey. And then what I consider to be the not very good Face the Music, but still got it to the collection. Bill Bailey, friends are really big fans of Bill Bailey. I'm not the biggest, but it was alright. Billy Elliot, I don't think I've ever seen this. Might have been a wife's that she's integrated into my collection. Billy Madsen, another classic Adam Sandler film. He obviously likes the bees. Big Miracle, I believe that is Drew Barrymore. Yeah, so £1 I bought this for. Still not got round to watching that. Biodome, Pauly Shore, Kylie Minogue, I believe, has a little cameo in this. It's alright as films go, very silly. And then we have obviously the first Bionicle movie. So Bionicles were kind of funky Legos, and that's the second Bionicles. Then we come down to here, then see the third one there. And then number 4. 4 was kind of a reboot, but then didn't get off. Birds of America, obviously, is one I bought recently. I haven't got round to watching. I quite like Matthew Perry. I think if it's a kind of Chandler style film, it will still be quite funny. Bird on the Wire, I saw, I think, as a kid, but I cannot remember it. I bought a copy years ago, and never really revisited yet. I will do at some point. This really good film, obviously. Keaton, I know everyone's saying kind of his own comeback. This was a spectacular film from him. I'm glad it got obviously the best picture. You see the top there. Still not rewatched it. Again, watched it at cinema. Thought it was amazing. Never revisit it. Blackadder. I do like Hugh Laurie and Rowan Atkinson and that. It again, you see the labels now. I bought it recently. Haven't got a chance to watch it. Black Dawn. Steven Seagal. Not seen this, so I can't really say. Then we have Black Hat, so Chris Hemsworth as a kind of hacker one. I thought this was a big pile of rubbish, really, but I feel you need to kind of watch all types of movies. Black Hawk Down, have seen it. Obviously, is Legolas falls out plane and breaks his back, I believe. £1, no spoiler there. Black Knight, Matthew Lawrence, kind of a back in time, funny-ish film. Black Snake Moana, another Samuel L. Jackson film with Christina Ricci. Quite a good film. Quite a kind of low budget, there are not many people in it, and the story's quite contained, but still very good. Black Sheep, a very bad kind of British comedy, horror, thriller, whatever you want to call it. And Black Swan, which I thought was a very bit weird film. Then obviously, right, let me move some over there so I can get these out. So we have obviously one of the first classic Marvel films, Blade, followed by number 2 with one of the Bros brothers as the bad guy, and then 3 obviously with Triple H, Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Alba there. So then above it, the series. I actually quite liked this series. I think when it was on like Stars or something, one of the Sky channels, I watched most of it and then bought it. It's an alright. I think it was hard going off the movies and how much number 1 got praised to beat that, but there's then obviously the classic Blade Runner. Harrison Ford there, obviously you see the cardboard cat of Rutger Hauer there. And then obviously 2049. I didn't think much of the latest one. Still not revisited it yet. Blades of Glory, obviously a slapstick comedy with Will Ferrell. Blast from the Past, another Brendan Fraser one. Now I thought it was very good, kind of offbeat comedy. A classic. Blazing Saddles, some people that I worked with got me into this many years ago. Yeah, and that was the 30th anniversary. Obviously, there's a lot of jokes that would not pass now, and it's probably be censored. But I still think it was a good movie for the time. Blended, love these two, love The Wedding Singer, and obviously this is just another film of where their chemistry shines. Took me ages to find this film, and AJ obviously has done reviews on this guy. First Blind Fury, love this film, loved the good doggy at the very beginning where he taps it with his cane, but it's actually an alligator. But yeah, very good martial art film. Then the series, we have Blind Spot, the first season there, and then season 2. I do have season 3, but it's inside. And then afterwards we had Blitz with Jason Statham. I cannot remember this, so I'm just going to say it's probably alright if it's Jason Statham. And then Blockers, John Cena kind of comedy. It was alright, it's cheesy. If you want to turn your brain off and have, I think, like an hour and 40 minutes of fun-ish, then this is up your street. Next, Leonardo DiCaprio, Blood Diamond. Really actually like this film. It's quite interesting. Obviously, I think it has links to real life events and stuff, and I always like the sort of films like that where you get to learn a bit. It's the best kind of history you can watch in a film. Then we have Blood Rain. It was an alright movie, something like that. Obviously a few famous people there. And then we had Blood Rain 2, which unfortunately was rubbish, as memory serves me right, in comparison to the first. Blow, Johnny Depp again, drugs related. I can't remember this one too much, it's been quite a long time, but obviously again based on a true story, so I was quite intrigued with that. Then if you've seen my Michael J. Fox episode, obviously this is one he's in. It's a bit of a random one that he's in. It was alright, it doesn't have a massive part, but yeah, obviously because I like Michael J. Fox, I like to see everything he's been in if possible. Then we have Blue Streak, obviously another Matthew Lawrence comedy from the late 90s, early 2000s. Again, it doesn't be Bad Boys, but it's all right in there. Then we have the medical drama Bodies. My wife has watched season 1 and 2. This is hers. See how dusty it is. She really liked it. I haven't seen it, so I can just go off her reference that she thought it was good. So if you like medical dramas, I think it's British as well. Body of Lies, obviously Leonardo DiCaprio again. Ridley Scott film. Not too bad, if memory serves me right. And then Body Shots. Big fan of Jerry O'Connell, guy in the middle there from Sliders and quite a few of the other ones. It's a very late 90s, early kind of American Pie cheesy, it's a fun wit comedy. Then we have at the bottom a Boiler Room, so Vin Diesel with a load of guys, I think they're sort of agents or that work for a company, and there's a lot of stuff going on. It was alright. A very bad version of Home Alone with dogs called Bone Alone. I would not recommend this. And then we start, obviously, Bones. I'm a big Bones season fan. It used to be what I get every year. So we have season 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to pull this out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we'll finish the video off with 10, 11, and then the final series. And that's where we will leave it. And there we go. So that is the collection, or part 5 of the collection. As you see, we're going through In the Bees. Still lots to go. But yeah, thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that usual stuff if you feel like. Otherwise, have a good day. I've been Sigma. I'll see you in the next one.